Good day, investors. How's it going today? Today we're going to talk about yield and profit. Do you know what yield and profit is? What's the difference between the two? Is one better than the other? That kind of thing. How do they work together? Let's take a look at that. Yield versus profit. So first of all, what is yield? Yield is what you earn. It's the interest that you earn. Usually it's a percentage. It's displayed in a percentage, and it's usually either daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or annually. Most traditional financial products like savings accounts, dividends, things like that are paid via, their interest is usually shown quarterly or yearly. Although some of them can pay monthly and weekly, depending on what you get into. So it's kind of windy out here today. So this cloud, so the clouds are moving. But anyways, so the yield determines how much you get paid. So say for example, you've got a product that's paying you, say it's 28%, like BTCI is paying around 28%. So that means if you put $100 in it, then by the end of the year, that yield should pay you about 28 bucks, $28 off of every $100. So this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to invest in BTCI. I was just using it as an example. So this is a learning. While I take another little walk down the trail, I'll show you the trail. So the trail right there. So another nature walk. I like to take walks sometimes. So yield is what you get, what you earn off of your investment. Sometimes it's high, sometimes it's low. A lot of the times, the lower the yield, the less risky it is. And the higher the yield, the more risky it is. Say for example, in one of my earlier videos, I was talking about being in a financial product called an ROID app, which promised really, really high yields every day. They were extremely risky. I lost a lot of money on the products. But then had another product. It was a savings account, and it was only paying 0.05% a year. And so I didn't lose a lot of money on that account, but I didn't make any money either. So it's usually good to kind of, I like to get somewhere in the middle where it's not very high yield and not very low yield. So I'm still earning money, but it's not as risky as some of the other stuff. So what does that have to do with profit? Well, let's take that example we shared earlier. Let's just say you're earning 28% on your product, whatever it is, whatever you're in, 28% a year. Oh, there's a snake. Hold on. Found. Y'all see the snake? Look at that snake. Just walking in the woods and I found a snake. It's just sitting there. We ain't gonna disturb that snake. See if I can zoom in for you. There you go. See? There's a snake. You gotta pay attention when you walk into the woods. So, anyway. So, let's go turn around and go the other direction. And we're gonna start talking about profit. You're going to earn a yield on something, but how do you know when you're actually making profit on it? It might be a very high yield, super risky, but the whole goal of the thing is to make a profit. So what is profit? Profit, suppose you invest $100 into something, or $100,000 into something, or whatever it is. It doesn't really matter what you invest in it. Profit is when you have received back from that investment more than what you invested. So if you put in $100 and you made $100 back, then you have received 100% yield from that investment, but you haven't made any profit. When you receive $101 back from that $100, then you made $1 profit. Profit is the difference between what you receive versus what you invested. So if you made, say you invested $100 in something, and you have pulled out $80, then you're still in the red $20. That means that your profit is a negative $20. Well, suppose that you put in $100 in something and you pulled out $120. That means you're in profit 20 bucks. So your return on that investment is your $100 plus the 20 bucks. Now what's really cool is if you can get an investment and you put in the money, you pull out more than you put in, plus if you still have a little bit in there that's still earning, then you can pull out even more. Or you can reinvest part of it and compound the earnings and improve that yield and make more profit long term. So that's the whole goal, is profit. Yield without profit can be a loss if the project goes under. I've had several investments that I've been in that I'll put money in, and I'll put a lot of money in, for me a lot of money anyway, and those investments will stop paying before I get all my money back. They had really good yield. Like for example, one of those RDFs again, famous, a story that I remember. You know, it's the things, the pain is what you remember the most when it comes to bad investments. But this one, it was paying 20% a day. So its yield was very, very high. But it only lasted 2 days. So it means it only paid 40%. After that, it didn't pay back 100% of what I invested, so I lost money on it. So I had another investment that I put in several $1,000s, and it went up, and I had the chance to withdraw multiple times that much, and I didn't take any profits. I'm gonna have to do a video on taking profits later on down the road. It's always good to take profits if you can. Anyways, so it fell under before I was able to take profits, so I lost my money on that. But then I had other stuff that I put money in that paid yield, and I've made back my money plus more, and it's still paying. So it just kind of depends on what it is, what your project is, why you want to do your own research. Like I said, this is not financial advice. Go do your own research, figure out how these things work, what you want to invest in them, how much risk you want to take, and get a plan on how you're going to take profits, how you're going to make your yield equal profit. So anyways, hope this was good. So just a little walk. I had to get out of the house for a few minutes. Just remember, we're learning. We don't know everything, but we're learning. This is the Learning Investor. I'll talk to y'all next time.